So in this video, we're going to talk about the CoreiRST and how to establish a connection with the Apache server to get an instance up and running so that it can listen for consumer requests to allow our generated API, provider APIs to provide the information and data that's requested of them. Over here on our CoreiRST.com home screen where we can log in, we're going to compare that to what's loaded on your IBMI LPAR. When you first load this, you're gonna see this right here. Neither one of these instances are started. One is an HTTP server instance, and one is an HTTPS. Actually, they're not even configured on your system yet. But to get them configured, it's very simple. With these, we're gonna go with the default port of 80 and 443, which are standard for these. You can pick any port you want and put it here. For this first connection, we're going to do the HTTP first. And this is usually used whenever you don't want to expose your data outside of your firewall. You don't need an encrypted connection. Everything's being consumed within your own company. You've got one department over here that may be an application that's not even related to the IBMI, but it needs some DB2 data. You can set up this HTTP within your own firewall to consume these APIs to bring the data. So we'll stick with that one first and we'll move into the SSL. First thing, so let's just demonstrate here if we even tried to sign on using the HTTP connection, what would happen? Give it a try, it's not started. So we get oops, we are not able to connect. So we're going to simply deploy this. Very simple. This is just after you install it, it's the first thing you do. Just say yeah and deploy. It built that instance for you. It's installed now. All we have to do now is run it. So let's start it. And now you saw that flipped over the started. And if we want to try to log in now, I can refresh here, but I'll just go back to here for the demonstration purposes. And put back in the HTTP endpoint, and we should get a connection, no problem. Yep, there we go. It reached the Apache server and saw that the HTTP 80 port was open, and we have a non-secure HTTP lineup. You can see that here with the green, and the secure HTTP, which is this one, is not running, so it's red. This one's running, so it's green. And then it loads and pulls up our API library that we'll get into in another video. So that's how you do the HTTP. Let's say we wanted to do the HTTPS, which is a little bit more complicated. Let's just go back to the home screen and log in. And again, for demonstration purposes, we try to establish that connection. Here, here, here. And we should get the same whoopsie error message because it couldn't find the connection. Yep, there it is. So what do we have to do here? First thing we have to do is obviously define, what the name is going to be and what our port's going to be. And we will need to go to Digital Certificate Manager for your IBMI and log into the system store. And there's many tutorials out there on the web that show you how to set one of these up. I'll probably do one to show you exactly how to do it. But for now, I'm just going to show you, once you do have your certificate set up, you'll take that application name right here, and you'll put it in right here in the SSL app name. That's going to identify the correct certificate for this particular CoreiRST software. So we have that there. We do have a certificate set up, as I've shown. Did we deploy this? We at least need to deploy the HTTP configuration file. So we will go ahead and do that. And because this is here, when we deploy that and it builds the configuration file, it knows to pull this in and set it correctly. And so it's out there, it's now, but we need to start it up. So we're going to just simply give it a 2 or 1, just like we did the other one. And it starts right away. So now we have 2 different Apache server instances running, one in HTTP, one in SSL. And let's go try to log into it. right. And it should log right in and show both of them are green. Yep, they're both green because they're both running. We are connected to this one though, however. This one's just out there running, and we're connected to this one. I'll go ahead and do a work active job just to show you what those look like. Under HTTP server, we've got these. And by simply going in there and saying deploy and start, that's what produced this right here. And these are the jobs that are out there running and listening for consumer requests to come in and pull the data from your provider APIs. That's all there is to it. The biggest thing to remember is for the HTTPS is the certificate you need to create. Tutorials out there. I'll probably create one sooner or later that's specific to this. But for now, that's it. Thank you.